Hello friends, I'm your Merin and welcome back to Love for Food and Travel. It's been a month since we got the delivery of a new EV car, Mahindra XEV 9e, and we have been taking it for short trips. If you haven't watched our earlier videos, I will share the link in the description below. In today's video, we are planning to take our car on a long trip to Chennai. Yes, you heard it right. We are traveling from Hyderabad to Chennai in our EV car, which is roughly 700 kilometers one way. On the way, we will check for all the fast chargers available and also check out the amenities attached to the charging stations. In this trip, we plan to cover only fast chargers of 60 kilowatt or more, as there are numerous 30 kilowatt chargers on the way, and it is humanly impossible to cover those. For Hyderabad to Chennai, we will be taking Ongole-Nellore route, and while coming back to Hyderabad, we will be taking Tirupati-Kadapa-Kurnool route. This will help us to cover EV chargers on both these routes. I hope this video will be helpful not just for EV owners but also for those who are planning to buy one. If you want us to explore any specific route from Hyderabad, please do let us know. As some of you may know, we usually start our journey early in the day. We started our trip at 5:15 with 100% charge and a range of 516 kilometers. The distance from Hyderabad to Chennai is approximately 700 kilometers. We will be going through ORR Expressway, Nalgonda, Miryalaguda, Ongole, Nellore, all the way to Chennai. Since we were traveling in an EV, we were prepared to stop at least at 2 places to charge our car, ideally for breakfast and lunch as in our petrol car. I know it may be very ambitious to compare an EV with a petrol car, but still we wanted to try it. Let's see what happens. As we started our journey, it was drizzling. We thought it might be a temporary drizzle and may stop soon. Shortly, we were on ORR Expressway and we crossed the toll by 5:30 am. By 6 am, we already covered 42 kilometers with remaining charge of 91% and 456 kilometers of range. The roads were wet as it was still drizzling. Therefore, we maintained a speed of less than 100 km per hour. Soon, we were about to exit ORR Expressway into Hyderabad-Vijayawada highway, where we faced an issue with FASTag reader. We did wait for 5 minutes, but the FASTag machine could not read our tag. Since it was an issue at their end, they opened the gate manually and let us go. At 7 in the morning, we reached 7 Midway Plaza in Chittiala, which was 115 kilometers from our home. Here, they have static EV station of 60 kilowatt along with Jio BP charger of 60 kilowatt. I also saw Tata Power Easy charger of 30 kilowatt towards the end of the parking. Since 7 Midway Plaza has multiple restaurants and washroom facilities, it is an ideal place to charge your EV as well as to have your meal and feel relaxed. We continued our journey till we reached Hotel Vivera in Narketpalli, just 10 kilometers from 7 Midway Plaza. Here, they had 2 charging machines from Hyundai, of which one is high capacity charger of 150 kilowatt and other one was 60 kilowatt charger. We wanted to test 150 kilowatt charger as XEV 9e supports up to 180 kilowatt. It took some 10 minutes to download the app, recharge the wallet and to get the charging started. Once we ensured that the charging is in process, we went inside Hotel Vivera and ordered few items for breakfast. Hotel Vivera is our usual breakfast spot when we travel to Chennai or Vijayawada, as it has all amenities you require. When we came back, around 20 kilowatt was charged from 77% till 99% and we paid Rs 528 at rupees 24 per unit plus tax. By the time we started from Hotel Vivera, it was almost 8:15, which meant that we spent an hour here, what ideally should have been a 30 minutes break. The next charging station that you can avail on this route is from Voltran in Miryalaguda. They have 260 kilowatt charging machine with 4 guns. This is open 24/7, and the good thing is that you don't need to download any app. The person in charge of this station will help you with everything. In fact, Voltran has multiple charging hubs across Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, which makes it easier for any EV car to do long distance trip. They have small cafeteria cum waiting room and neat washrooms. We continued our journey for a couple of hours without break, covering a total of 346 kilometers from Hyderabad till we spotted our next charging station after Madara Mitla, just besides Chennapatnam Filter Coffee. This one was from Charge Zone and it is 60 kilowatt charging station with 2 guns. When we reached this point, we were left with a charge of 54% and a range of 260 kilometers. We decided to take a break and charge it as much as possible before resuming our journey. Here, we charged from 54% to 91% and we paid Rs 750 at Rs 21 per unit plus tax. We resumed our journey at 12:10, having spent almost an hour here. Within 10 minutes, we found the next charger at Vellampalli, just outside Avas Hotel and Resort. This was from Static and it is 60 kilowatt 2 gun machine. There is a coffee shop next to the charger. By 12:30, we reached Ongole. Here, we found another EV charging hub from Voltran. They have 3 60 kilowatt chargers with 6 guns in total. They also have a waiting room and restaurants nearby. At 2:30, we reached Voltran charging hub at Nellore. By now, we have covered 520 kilometers from Hyderabad and we were looking out for a place to have lunch. Here too, they have 3 60 kilowatt chargers with a small waiting room and washrooms. We traveled for another 30 kilometers before we stopped at Amravati Highway Family Restaurant. This is our usual lunch spot whenever we travel to Chennai. Ideally, we should have reached this place before 1 p.m. But today we were actually more than 2 hours behind due to the charging breaks that we took. When we reached here, we were left with a charge of 42% with a range of 200 kilometers. Though our destination was just 144 kilometers from this place, we still decided to charge as we didn't want to take any chance. This restaurant had GeoBP charger of 60 kilowatt 2 gun and was very convenient. While the car was getting charged, we had our lunch. I specifically like this South Indian thali while my husband ordered a biryani. After having our lunch, we resumed our journey to Chennai at 4 p.m. We charged the car from 42% to 88% and paid Rs 1000 at Rs 22 per unit plus tax. From there, we drove non-stop to our destination in Chennai. At 6:30 p.m., we reached Chennai covering 690 kilometers, driving for 10 hours excluding breaks. I got an overall efficiency of 6.6 kilometers per kilowatt hours, which was decent. Next day, we took the car to Vijaya Nexus Mall in Vadapalli, where we charged our car till 96% using GeoBP Pulse and paid Rs 1035. We came to Chennai just for a day to show our new car to our parents, and we were going back to Hyderabad the very next day. Next day, we started from Chennai at 5:15 a.m. Today, we will be taking a different route to Hyderabad, covering Tirupati, Kadapa, Kurnool, all the way to Hyderabad. This is the first time we are traveling this route, and we did not know the road condition. On the way, we planned to check for all the potential EV chargers and their amenities. The road condition from Chennai till Tirupati was not that impressive, but still doable. In fact, due to road condition, we had a slow start, covering only 110 kilometers in the first 2 hours 15 minutes. We stopped at Cafe Coffee Day in Puttur, where they had 60 kilowatt EV charger from Charge Zone. Though the display of the charger was not working, it was showing as available in the Charge Zone app. Anyways, we didn't have any plans of charging here, so we continued our journey. Soon we reached Tiruchannur near Tirupati, where we saw EV charging hub from Electric Mobility. The highlight of this station is that it has one 240 kilowatt charger and three 60 kilowatt chargers along with multiple 7.2 kilowatt and two-wheeler chargers. This charging hub had a waiting room and clean washrooms. Though Mahindra XEV 9e supports chargers only till 180 kilowatt, still we wanted to try this 240 kilowatt charger and see the speed it gets charged. The staff at the charging station helped us with the charging while we went to the nearby A to B to have a breakfast. The charging went on for 45 minutes, adding 27 kilowatt for Rs 701 at Rs 22 per unit plus 18% tax. I was not particularly impressed with this 240 kilowatt as it took some time for the car to get charged to 100%. Anyways, we paid the money and started from there at 9 am. We went through the town of Tirupati, exploring different sides of this wonderful place. Our next stop was at Voltron charging hub at Tirupati town. Here too, they had three 60 kilowatt chargers with a waiting place and washroom. From Tirupati, we set ourselves to Kadapa. As we went through Tirupati town, we did lose a lot of time due to traffic. Drive from Tirupati to Kadapa was a scenic one, going through the forest area. Here, finding a petrol pump itself was a challenge, so there was no question of finding an EV charging station. After traveling 281 kilometers from Chennai, we stopped at SLV restaurant in Kadapa. This had a charge zone station of 60 kilowatt capacity with 2 guns. We traveled further 80 kilometers and reached Voltron Kadapa. Here, there were two 60 kilowatt charger with a waiting room and washroom. It was already 12:45 and we were in a dilemma if we should take a break for lunch here or travel further. Upon checking, the next available charger were at Kurnool, which is 180 kilometers from here. So we decided to have lunch and get the car charged. The staff was very supportive and helped us to put our car on charge. There was a small makeshift food outlet from where we ordered veg noodles. After having the lunch, we waited for the car to get fully charged. Once it was done, we paid Rs 722 with 10% discount and started from there at 1:45 pm. On the way, we got caught in heavy rain with very less visibility, but we continued our journey driving carefully. The rain lasted only for 10-15 minutes and we were back once again cruising at a good speed. Just before reaching Kurnool, we stopped at H8 restaurant where they had both charge zone station as well as GOBP charging station. Both were 60 kilowatt charger with 2 guns each. I found this to be a good place for lunch or dinner as well as to take a short break. Now the time was 3:50 and the SOC was showing 45%. We still had to cover some 220 kilometers to Hyderabad. So we decided to charge once more before reaching home. At Kurnool, we found an EV station at Aha Kitchen powered by Urza. We quickly downloaded the app and started charging the car. Meanwhile, we took a coffee break and were relaxing. While the car was getting charged, out of nowhere it started raining heavily and we had to wait for 10-15 minutes in the coffee shop. Once the rain stopped, we started at 4:30 from Kurnool. Here we paid Rs 830 at Rs 23.5 per unit plus tax. As we moved further, we saw a EV charging hub from Charge Zone, very close to Pullur Toll Plaza at Lipakshi Multi-Cuisine Restaurant. Here, there are 3 EV charging machines with each 60 kilowatt capacity capable of charging 6 vehicles same time. There are also 2 more EV stations, one from GOBP just after Lipakshi Restaurant and other one in Priyadarshini Restaurant from Adani Fast Charger. Both had 60 kilowatt capacity. By any chance, if you miss these EV stations, then Voltron has a charging hub in Bichupalli. This hub has 3 60 kilowatt machines and it is an ideal place to charge your vehicle before entering Hyderabad. We continued our journey and reached our home by 8 p.m., covering a total distance of more than 1400 kilometers and an overall efficiency of 6.1 kilometers per kilowatt hours. On the same day, I charged my car to 100% in my apartment to get the total cost of Hyderabad-Chennai trip. After calculating all the charging cost, I paid Rs 6,639 for the entire trip, which comes around Rs 4.5 per kilometer. So friends, hope you liked our video. If you have any suggestion on which route you would like us to cover, do let us know. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Until we meet again in another interesting video, be happy and keep smiling.